Hello everybody. All right, I'm going to try this again. We're having some technical issues before. If you saw the live video go up and then disappear about 20 minutes ago, that's what that was from. Okay, so to go back quickly over what I was saying before, the countdown to enrollment is on. We have about 9 more days before enrollment for the ultimate NLP practitioner training closes. This is an online training. What I was doing here with this program was putting together the most complete practitioner training, NLP practitioner training that I could possibly put together. And so I went to Steve and Connie Ray Andreas, who, in my opinion, are the best in NLP. And their practitioner training, their material was by far the best that I'd ever seen, and had every single detail chunked down to bite-sized pieces to make NLP super understanding. So that's the material that I used. I also was doing a live training at the same time that I was creating the online training, so we get pieces of that all together. And my objective with this training was to create the most complete NLP practitioner training, online training that I could possibly put together. And I am very satisfied with it. Is it the best? I mean, who can judge that? That's hard to do, but I achieved what I set out to achieve in doing this. And I know how confusing it can be when you've taken NLP trainings and you don't really feel like you understand it. So that's why I created there's a closed Facebook group that goes along with the training. I'm very present there. I answer your questions when you post them. I go live. We do live group coaching calls. Because my feeling right after I got out of my first NLP training was, okay, what do I do now? And I knew that I didn't really know NLP. Like, I didn't have, NLP is part knowledge, but mainly the knowledge comes from practicing. So you get guidance, you do practice, you cultivate the skills, you run into roadblocks, you hit plateaus, and you need a mentor there. You need a teacher there to help you continue on your journey. Most teachers aren't available like that. My teachers weren't available like that. And so I wanted to create that for my students, and that's what I've done. So the enrollment closes in about 9 days. It'll be Saturday, September 22nd. But you can get your hands on this right now. I will put the link for Facebook people. They should have the link available to them right now. For YouTube, for some reason I have to do the link after, so I'll put it in the comments and also the description. You can get started today, and that's what I recommend people do when it comes to anything you want. You start right now. Get going, get moving, get started. Also, I put out some a free video series on NLP. It's linked already in the Facebook description. If you haven't seen those, I highly recommend that. It'll also help you know if this is something you want to do, if NLP training is right for you. You can also download the videos. They will go away. We're going to take them down in about a week. So get on that. Take advantage of that. And if you want to download them, you can. So you'll want to do that if you find them useful. Download the videos. You can keep them because we're gonna take them down in about a week. So click on that link and you can go there as well. Just recently, someone asked me, a friend of mine who hasn't had any NLP training, but she hears me talking about it enough to finally say, you know, my life is really good right now. Why would I do NLP training? Why would I want to learn NLP? She says, I can change my life. I can start a different diet. I can start a new exercise program, or I can go travel somewhere. And I agree with all of those things. Those are all great ways to change your life. I've done it many times. I love to travel. In fact, I'm going to Hong Kong and Vietnam at the end of this month. Physical fitness is super important to me for well-being, but also I just love physical sports, anything that I get up and move my body, and I like being in shape. So all of those things, I recommend all of those things. I'm not saying, I would never say do NLP to the exclusion of all those things. That's my point. What I was going to tell her, the point that I told her was, well, first of all, how much are you doing those things? First of all. Second of all, how much are you actually changing your life? How much are you actually creating the life that you desire? Now, that doesn't mean that you're not. That just means, what I'm mainly asking here is, how much are you doing that? How much are you working on that on a daily basis? How more like the life or the vision that you have of your life, how much more does your life resemble that this year than it did last year? Now, sometimes these questions can scare us. I know I've had questions like that for myself, and I look back on last year and the year before, and I'd be like, wow, I don't really feel like I'm any closer to the life that I want to be living. And that's a hard pill to swallow, but it's important that you think about things that way, because that will get you off the couch. That will get you out there doing something. And it wasn't until I started taking my first NLP courses that really started to move me. That really started to give me a pathway and a practice and a knowledge base to start moving my life in the direction that I wanted it to be. And it's years later now, and I have to say that my life resembles incredibly the vision that I had for it. And what's great about that is, as you create the life that you want to live, as your life starts to resemble that image or that vision of what you want, that vision grows and expands. So you start seeing new opportunities and new possibilities, and you start expanding your life into that new vision. Maybe that's not everybody. That's been my experience. So why NLP? Why start NLP training? Do it because, first of all, you'll get an incredible awareness of what it is you want and how it is you function, and then also what's holding you back. A lot of times we'll project that out externally and say, well, it's the economy that's holding me back, or it was some, trauma or tragedy that I had in my childhood. We have all these reasons why something is holding us back, or why we're not living the life that we know we could be living, or the life that resembles our potential. It wasn't until I started doing NLP that I started to have that greater awareness. And then I realized that not only with just having the awareness helped me to understand that now I have choice about it. And I didn't have to come up with all the ways in which to move myself in that direction. A lot of what NLP teaches is how to do exactly that. So I didn't have to figure all this stuff out. I had a toolkit and a skill set that could show me how to do it and how to create the ability to do it. So that's what NLP gave me. Now, some people might say, well, I've got all that. I live the life that I want to live. I know where I'm going. I know exactly what I want to do. And I'm always amazed by those people. And I can only say, if you're completely content and everything's working the way that you want it to, good for you. It just wasn't my story. It wasn't the case with me. I had to figure a lot of this out. I had to sort it out. And like I said, it wasn't until I started taking NLP training that I started to figure this out. I started to figure out, who am I really? What do I really want? What really makes me happy? What am I really good at? And then I was able to move my life in the direction that I wanted it to go. And the more I did that, the more NLP trainings that I took, the more I practiced NLP, the faster this whole process started to happen. And the really cool thing about it wasn't like it was painful. Sure, there were moments where it is. Nothing's perfect. Some things don't feel good, but in general, it has been such an enjoyable journey. I love learning. I love growth and progress. So if that sounds good to you, if that's you as well, if that resonates with you, this is probably the training for you. So anyway, post your questions in the comments. I will be happy to follow up on them and answer all of them. And also check out the free NLP video series training. Check out the link here where you can learn more about the Practitioner course. And I hope to see you in the group soon. All right, take care, everybody.